Hi, guys, and welcome to another 7-minute lecture. The greatest mystery novel ever written. What is it and what makes it so great? Those of you who recognize the person on my thumbnail and those of you who are familiar with her work would probably know the book already. But before I come to that, let's quickly run through some of the major qualities of a great mystery novel. As always, this is simply my personal opinion, and there's absolutely nothing wrong if you have a different pick. So, what makes for a great mystery novel? And here I think we do need to distinguish between a mystery novel and a thriller. The thriller genre is huge and can include anything ranging from spy fiction to psychological thrillers. The mystery novel, on the other hand, is something much more specific. It's a novel where there's some kind of mystery involved, and the main plot is centered around solving this mystery. It usually involves some kind of crime, like a murder. So, to me, the standard idea of a mystery novel is a whodunit, where we are presented a crime and the solving of that crime, the answer to that puzzle, who did it, that is the primary focus of the story. And here, there are a few requirements to be a great whodunit, let alone the greatest whodunit of all time. Firstly, it needs a good cast of characters, many of whom are likely to be the culprit. We as the reader need to be sucked into suspecting the characters ourselves. Could it be this guy? Could it be this girl? Do I trust him? Do I trust her? It can't be one of those Scooby-Doo mysteries where we already know who the villain is. Second, there can't be cheap twists to negate the entire thing at the end. You can't set up a mystery and then say, oh, it was a dream all along, or oh, that killer was someone else, someone entirely new, whom we've never seen before. Because anybody can do that, right? It takes no skill to create a puzzle with no solution. Even a child can do that. Anybody can write a story where, for example, somebody is murdered on board a ship and there are 10 suspects. And at the very end, the author says, oh, sorry guys, none of them are the killer. The real killer was this new guy hiding in a closet all along. That takes no skill. So for a great whodunit, the culprit has to be among the cast we've already been shown so far. And finally, the reveal of the culprit or killer should be logical. It can't be something that just comes out of nowhere, or where we are given some missing piece of information that makes the whole mystery easy to solve, where we just go, oh, but if we knew this, we would have known who the killer was all along. We should have been given all the clues already for us to be able to deduce the killer. And when it's finally revealed, we've got to go, oh wow, that's right, that does make sense. It can't be something which makes us go, wait, what is this nonsense? So those are, in my judgment, the features of a great mystery novel. And only a book that scores a perfect 10 out of 10 in every one of those departments is truly worthy of this title. And with all that said, let's look at the book itself. It's a book, or rather a novella, called And Then There Were None, written by the Queen of Mystery herself, Agatha Christie. This is widely acknowledged as her greatest work, and she herself said that this was the hardest to write and her best achievement. The story is very simple. I won't spoil it for you guys if you haven't read it, don't worry. It's basic. There are 10 people on an island and they're all dying one by one. One of them is the killer and they're all equally likely suspects. What makes the story so incredible is that we get into the minds of each of these 10 characters. We see the story from their perspective, and yet, we can't really figure out who the killer is. There is no cheap trick at the end where the book says, oh, the killer is someone else and was hiding in a trapdoor this entire time. No. The island is truly deserted except these 10 people, and the killer is someone among these 10 people. It's extremely easy to read and extremely logical. Once you finish the book, you can reread it again and you will see that everything makes so much sense. In the way of critique, there are some political problems with the book, which have been revamped in subsequent editions. The book originally had a racially problematic name, let's just say that. It was written in 1939, right? So it isn't as politically correct as modern works of fiction are. It went through a few more name changes over the years and eventually got to And Then There Were None, which in many cases is a very suitable title for this story. So if you're the type who boycotts books because the author is not as enlightened as you are, then consider yourself warned about the racist origins of the book. However, also be warned that ignoring this story will be your loss entirely, because there are very few books out there that can actually live up to the hype, and this is one of them. There are even fewer mystery novels out there where you can genuinely say that you will not be able to guess who the killer is. And there are even fewer novels out there where once you do know who the killer is, you go, wow, that makes so much sense, rather than what the hell is this nonsense. There's a reason this book has inspired countless plays, TV shows, movies, even video games. It's because the structure of the mystery is just that good. I read it after being told by many of my friends that it's the greatest mystery novel, and I thought those high expectations would make the book disappointing. And it really wasn't. I was still so impressed and shocked with the final revelation of the killer, and with the clever way in which Agatha Christie had dangled it right there in front of our eyes the entire time. But she's such an incredible writer that we just don't see it. She is called the Queen of Mystery for a real reason. So don't miss out on this book if you have already. If you like this video, please don't forget to share and subscribe either. Thank you, take care, and I'll see you soon.